So my name is Matt Conta. I run a company called SoundWave DJ and Photo out of Buffalo, New York. What I currently do with the company is I produce events. So I would consider myself an event producer and also a full-time DJ / MC, master of ceremonies. Always loved music. Started early in my teens practicing DJing and doing club work, eventually kind of graduating to bigger events. So developing relationships was the key. Becoming a trusted source in the area for all areas of entertainment was, a big step to make it happen. Basically, like starting off being a DJ, you offered that one service to clients, but it was a natural progression. Clients started asking for more things. So when it came to the photo booth, I guess specifically, it was people asking for photo booths in addition to DJ services. It started to become popular in my area around 2015, where it really blew up. And we had a photo booth before that we kind of made, and, it was functional, and it's more of a traditional photo booth, but it didn't have the features that, the Foto Master booth did for sure. I think what makes our company unique is we service everything party related under one roof now. So if you need sound, lighting, rentals, chairs, tents, photography, video, of course, photo booth solutions, we have all of that stuff under one roof now. So it makes it a really easy and convenient process for our clients. So when they do call us, they don't really have to call anybody else. As long as they're happy with our pitch and our products and our reviews online, they're in good shape. So what type of events do we focus on and why? Weddings and corporate events mostly. And the reason why is a part of it is repeat business. With the corporate side, because if you do a really good job with a corporation, they tend not to go anywhere. And the weddings is more of a satisfaction thing, to be honest with you. I love, still to this day, I love doing weddings. It's very gratifying. I love when the bride and groom come up to you at the end of the night and they hug you, and it might be the third time you've ever talked in your life, but they're legitimately thanking you for making their event, memorable. And it's really satisfying. It's really a great part of the job. To this day, I still remember my first big event. So big events, I don't know, people would consider those different things. I had a 4,000 person event creeping up on me when my average attendance was 200 to 300. So I was shaking in my boots a little bit. But we were in charge of sound, lighting, decorations, and photo booths. And what we did is we set up several different entertainment areas and different music areas, different lighting areas. It was great. It was a really good eye-opening experience. It kind of opened the door to other big events. So I always consider that my favorite just because it was my first. It was a corporate party for a pharmaceutical company. And they actually I was surprised they had that many people working, but it was everybody from, everywhere. So they had a big national party, or I believe actually it was not national, but it was sectional, Northeast. And it was just great. There was, big bosses there, and the CEO was there. Everyone that was working, producing the pharmaceutical drugs was there. It was a great time. I think the best part of the job is satisfied clients. They tend to feed your business because they become your biggest cheerleaders. And, when they're super happy, you tend, even just word of mouth, even if you're not the biggest guy in the area or throw the most money at advertising, these people will keep your company running, which is great. Secondary, best part of the job, just because of being a DJ and stuff, naturally, I do love music. So the fact that there's new music coming out every single month keeps it interesting. A milestone or achievement that we set for ourselves and we were proud for reaching was when we became a full-time business. So that it was originally like most, DJs or maybe some photo booth companies, it's a side thing to your regular, Monday through Friday. And when we became a full-time business and opened our first office, that wasn't simultaneous, by the way. So it was full-time working from home and then eventually opening up into a building. That was when it was eye-opening for me, right? I was like, oh, this is real. This is really happening. Those two moments made it a reality for me. And we were so proud for doing that. Secondary, we opened up a second office in a different city, which was almost just as gratifying as the first one, because that's when you really realize that you're growing. So that was a great moment for us too. I used to be a musician. That was before being a DJ. And most musicians don't make it big time. A lot of them spend time in gigs and bars and stuff for a long time, which is perfectly fine. There's obviously a space for that. But when you realize that you're just not good enough to make it big time, you become a DJ. So but the passion for music is what really keeps me going. And what made us want to jump and do it full time. It's really nice to work for yourself. It's really nice to set your own rules and I think it's more gratifying to hit your own goals than it is to hit, the CEO's goals. Or the original Mirror Me booth was the very first photo booth product that we got from Foto Master. And I think what made us decide to invest it was just by far the most innovative booth that we had seen to that date. I mentioned before, we had some photo booths that we I would say home built. They looked nice. They didn't look like they were home built. They looked really good, but they functioned like a traditional photo booth, where the Mirror Me product was just so different. I mean, the signing features and the, hands up to take a photo, drawing on different photos. And it was just awesome. I mean, it had things that no other photo booth was offering. Obviously, you guys offer the most unique options, I believe, to our client base, our current and new clients. So we've got some really funky options to offer them now, in addition to, regular booths. But the support is really good. So the Facebook support is really good. The support itself from the company direct is awesome. If you ever had an issue, at an event and you needed to figure it out, there's a number to call and your problem is solved. As long as you have access to Wi-Fi, the problem is solved in minutes. So it minimizes downtime when you're at an event, which obviously, time is money at events, and having downtime with any product or photo booth or anything really is usually an issue. So the support's great. I'd say the current favorite product that I have is the original, call it the OG Mirror Me booth. But to be honest with you, I really love the photo mosaic wall. And that right there is like amazing to me. It's just the uniqueness and the availability of different functions that they've never seen before in photo booths. One of them that we really like to use is the ability to pick your experience. You can pick between whether you want to take a GIF photo or a still photo, or have 3 still photos, or one. There's a lot of things you can do with the Mirror booth, and because there's so many different functions, and features to it, and having all that available, at one time with the properly built workflow, our clients really like it. We do have an original Mirror booth set up in our showroom. And we've got this workflow, decked out. So when people come in and they test this thing out, they just can't believe all the things that it can do. So I'd say that's what they find most exciting, is all the different features. A ton. I have my beauty mirror and my regular mirror set up in the same room, and they're next to each other. So I've got that set up. We do have our other photo booth set up in that room too. So people can kind of walk through and really test run these products. But obviously, with the Mirror booths being more of a premium option, it does help. I hate to say the word upsell, but it does help get them into a more premium booth when they're able to see it, touch it, feel it, and experience it for themselves prior to the event going off. So knowing what we know now, if I could go back when I started and give myself 3 tips, I would say focus on local relationships more in the beginning. People tend to pump your business for you when they believe in your product and they believe in you. And I would say invest in better spaces. Just to elaborate on that a little bit, when I began, it was all about equipment grab. It was all about grab this, grab that. I think we need this. I think we need that. I probably would have focused in a little more on my niche products, and then expanded rather than just expand all at once. And then find that, some things in your warehouse collect dust. Also, the third one, just to give you an authentic answer, I would have told myself to start full time sooner. It really lights a fire under your butt when you're working for yourself and that's the only money that's coming in. So being less reliant on, the Monday through Friday, and just if you really believe in it and you believe you can do it, just go for it and do it sooner. For the future of our company, I would really like to just keep expanding. I enjoy the multi-city challenge because every city has its own, or every region really has its own, set of challenges and different things to get used to, different customs. So I really like that. And I like having a business that people believe in enough to invest in on their own, with their own hard-earned money that they spent time, earning. So for me, it's gratifying. And I love that. Now, right now it's just one office, but I love that, one-on-one that I have with the guy, and helping him through things. And it's technically his business. It's under our name, but it's technically his business. So helping another person, get their family up and running with a full-time entertainment company and showing them the ropes is really gratifying. It's kind of like going back to doing those weddings. At the end of our phone calls, he's always, hey man, thank you so much for your time, and it helped me improve this and this and this. I just like hearing stuff like that. It's really, it's nice. I think that it's the constant innovation. Back in, I think it was 2016, I bought my first mirror booth. And we were adding products from Foto Master ever since. I just think that the amount of development that goes into it, just seeing Foto Master grow along with how we're growing, it's really nice to see that, because not all companies are doing that. Some companies are just selling products and, here's a support group on Facebook kind of thing. I mean, not only do you guys have that, but it's the support at the office. It's just the new features that are coming out. I mean, I've seen, we went from version, I think it was 6 or 7. I don't remember the exact version when we first started, but we are leaps and bounds above where we were in 2016 with the different functionality that we can offer with these booths. And it just keeps getting better. Like, it's every single year, more stuff is added, and it's really nice to see, honestly.
Yeah.
What is the next product we want to get? Photo mosaic wall and the air graffiti wall. And those are, because now I feel like they more apply to corporate parties, but I wouldn't shut down the idea of pitching them to other services. But I do believe that the photo mosaic wall is a way to get everybody by to take a photo, maybe to build a big BMW symbol or a logo or something like that. It's just really neat. Like, it's a very cool idea. That is not in my area yet. I know nobody has it, so I definitely want to be the first. So the biggest piece of advice that I would give if you were opening up, an entertainment / photo booth rental company right now is just find the ones that you feel comfortable with, the company. Do a lot of research on them. Ask other businesses in the area. Preferably not your direct competitors, so they tell you. Foto Master in particular has a very unique way of going about doing their business. Not to oversell you guys, but Dan, you've been my sales rep since 2016. Anytime I needed something, you were right there. And we've talked to each other at events. You remember me by name. It's nice to have that kind of personal relationship. It's also nice to have the support. And I know I mentioned it before, but if, downtime at an event is absolutely crucial to get that stuff turned around and fixed, and random stuff can go wrong with technology all the time. The fact that you guys are right there every single time is clutch. Otherwise you're kind of doing it on your own, and you all, then at that point you have to be a technology guru to figure stuff out. So Foto Master allows you to get into the industry with minimal tech knowledge. I guess the how-to videos are great, getting set up, getting running, running at events. All of it is a little easier when you have that, that company behind you that's helping you, and you're not just out there all on your own.